Yeah, I thought I was gonna be out the whole game because same thing happened in AAU in Dallas. I got in the eye and then it's blurry. So I came back. It was still blurry on the left side, but I got some eye drops and I came back. So I think it was just all mental. We physically we were fine. It's just mental. To keep the composure.
And do you feel like this team just? I mean, with 3 years in a row, I mean, what more could you ask for about this group of guys?
Nothing. They did everything.
All right, Coach Boyle is here now. Coach, third straight victory. The number of titles ties you with Philly for most in this tournament. Your opinions of the game, what maybe turned around second half?
First of all, I want to say I think Ben was here the second half. He only played 3 games with an injury. The second half of his sophomore year, I think he was 62-1 with 3 national championships at Montverde. Over now, we had 62 wins and 1 loss during his time here. So that's just tremendous. Well, obviously they got out good. They came out ready to play. They punched us in the mouth. They were more aggressive. They were more hungry. They were tougher. And we played a little soft in the beginning of the game. And Ben got hurt. And, we were struggling. We were probably lucky to only be down 7 at halftime. I thought they outplayed us more than that. And then we kind of got into them at halftime and challenged their pride and their manhood. And I think that was a big part of the difference. And Farad was able to keep us in the game in the first half, making a number of threes. And he's really a great story because he probably averaged like 15, 16 in Indianapolis last year. His father took a job with a gentleman from school and came here. I had no idea who he was the first day he walked into school. Kept in a situation where there's a lot of games he didn't get to play. There was sometimes 4 or 5 games in a row to get in. And then he comes in and makes 2 shots in a game. He's probably in 8 games this year where he didn't play a lot. He came in today. We were struggling. He made a big 3 yesterday to put us up 3 against Finley, and then today. But just a tribute to him and his character. A lot of kids would have quit. A lot of kids would have blamed the coach, blamed somebody else. He just worked hard every day. He knew we had to get a little better defensively with the guards we play, and he just kept doing it. And I mean, arguably he's the MVP, possibly. I don't know if there's an award or not, but he has as much right as anybody to be the MVP of today's game.
How about Noah Dickerson? I mean, how big was he down the stretch?
Well, Noah, I thought 2 huge plays was when Martez Cameron lobbed to Ben on the deep out of balance play. Just lobbed it in. We were in the deep corner in front of our bench, over the top, and then Noah was rebounded. The shot clock almost expired. That was a huge play. They were coming back. We're not a great foul shooting team, so we wanted to get a little space. But it's funny. Usually when we need to make foul shots, we do. And he's a good example of that. He is streaky from foul line, but he almost always steps in up in the end. But Noah, again, he's a senior. He was here 2 years, and like I said the other day, he's been hurt almost for 2 years with one thing after the other. And if he wasn't healthy, we don't win the tournament.
I was actually joking around on my announcing about the whole foul shooting was a little bit of a struggle, but it was obviously this was a big improvement, shooting 66% today, right?
Well, better than the last couple of games.
Other questions? Jim?
Ben, you just talk about what this is like. I mean, you came on the first time and you were, it's a whole different situation now. You expect to lead the team. What this is like for you playing this last real high school game for you.
Definitely. I felt like if I wasn't out there and we lost, it'd definitely be my fault. But I had to come back out for my eye. But it was just everyone working hard and chipping in. Everyone did what they needed to do, and we pulled it out.
Ben, what does this mean not only to win the national championship, but win in your father's hometown?
I mean, even if I won in Milwaukee, it'd still be the same.
Has he talked to you about this at all?
I mean, my grandpa, see, that means a lot. So my grandpa, my grandma, uncles, aunts, so that means a lot, just my family here.
Farad, with Martez, of course, having like the big game yesterday, and again, Coach mentioning that really he didn't really know much about you until really the beginning of this year. Just talk about, I guess, what better way to settle this than in probably the biggest game on national television. Talk about that.
Well, I knew my role has always been just to knock down shots, and my teammates tell me like if I try to do too much, or even if I don't shoot, they'll tell me shoot when you open. I'll miss 3, they tell me shoot. So today I got a lot of looks. He did a good job passing the ball. Point guard did a good job passing the ball. They went in.
And he also had 5 rebounds.
Ben, coming in from Chicago, here to New York, you just played 5 games in a row, the scrimmage games. How did you just overcome the power that you had at the end of the game today to take control?
I mean, I don't really get tired, so I'm beat up. I got cuts and scratches, but I don't really get tired. I mean, it's all mental.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Ben, you're
At what point during the fourth quarter did you kind of start to get comfortable? It felt like the charge and then the basket down the other end kind of got you and everybody going.
It was just making basketball plays. You know, he drove the ball. He wasn't slowing down. So after that second charge, I knew they were kind of, you know, on their feet, on their heels. So as soon as that happened, you know, we kind of had the edge.
Ben, your final play almost as a high schooler, you're streaking down the court with 20 seconds left. Throw down the one-handed dunk, the chance of 3 in the crowd. What's going through your head as you're streaking down the court for your final?
I got 3 rings.
You know, I thought a key part was Noah taking 2. We took 3 charges in the last quarter. Ben took 1. I think Noah took 2. Is that correct? And Noah took 2. That was huge. If you don't take those, Phillips is kind of gets into your body and moves his arms, and it's hard not to get a whistle if you don't take the charge. So I thought that was probably the turning point of the game. They were getting a 4 a couple times, and they had 3 charges in almost out of 4. I think in 4 possessions.
Yeah, Coach, you talk about, of course, a guy like Steve Smith who's been in this. I'm sorry. You talk about, like, you know, last 2 years you played a great team like Oak Hill. You talk about a guy like Steve Smith who's been coaching for 3 decades. Talk about, I guess, what it means, I guess, to play against a guy like that and against a team like Oak Hill.
Me and Steve are very, very good friends. We've worked at Nike camps for years. Not anymore, but we did that for years. And when we would do that, we would always, you know, eat together, go out together, and you know, whenever I see him on the road. So I never want to lose, but if I lose to somebody, I want it to be him, and because I have a great respect for him, what he's done, and like I said, he's also a great friend.
Okay, a couple more questions because we have Oak Hill waiting, and everybody's got travel problems here.
Obviously, you guys have played a little bit in Ben's shadow all year, but you can't win a game with one guy. Talk about how you felt like everybody else stepped up, not including yourself.
I mean, for the seniors, this is our last game as high schoolers, and we've ran too many ladders not to come out with a win. That's how we felt. We ran so much, we worked so hard throughout the whole year, and everybody knew we came out, got punched in the mouth at halftime. Coach Bull chewed us out, and we all just knew that, you know, it's our last game. We just have to, you know, step up, you know, have some heart, go out there and punch them back.
Okay, one last over here.
For Coach and Ben playing at the Garden, do you think you can help the Knicks right now?
LSU first.
I'm not too good of a shooter, and I'm a little slow defensively. So.
Let's thank Coach Bull. Thank you very much.